Have you ever had toxic teammates like this? So here's what happened. I thought it was going to be a regular game, but right off the bat, one of my teammates banned my main hero, Frederick. I was like, all right, maybe they have a plan. So I went with Baratz instead.
Man, but I do know my
Now
trade.
Baratz is solid, but when it comes to retribution battles, Fredrin definitely has the upper hand, especially if the enemy jungler is an assassin. Luckily, they picked Harley, which in my opinion, isn't the best matchup against Baratz. Our team comp looked good too, so I was expecting a smooth game. But nope, our gold laner starts feeding early. Nothing we could do, we just had to focus on farming and building items. Since our roamer went full utility, I knew I had to bring some damage early. So instead of going full tank right away, I rushed. War Axe to get that extra damage and snowball potential as soon as possible. But I'll be honest, we lost some of the early clashes, and that was partly on me. I tried to invade and steal one of their jungle buffs, but I misread their rotation. Turns out the enemy team was already collapsing, and I didn't expect them to back each other up that fast. Because of that, we lost the first turtle, and they gained momentum. But I didn't lose hope. Even after losing the first turtle and a few early fights, I kept farming. I knew I had to scale if we wanted a chance at turning things around. As the enemy team started tearing through our defenses and pushing lanes hard, I switched gears, focusing more on defensive items to survive longer in team fights and anchor our front line. I played it safe, avoided unnecessary clashes, and waited for the right moment to strike back. We kept farming and farming. While the enemy was busy trying to force fights and take objectives, we started to notice gaps in their rotation. Small mistakes, overextensions, and split pushes without backup. That's when we started to gain momentum. We stopped taking unnecessary fights and focused on clearing waves, controlling vision, and catching anyone who got too confident. Little by little, we clawed our way back into the game, not through flashy plays, but with patience and smart rotations. Then came a lucky break, but it changed everything. I caught the enemy jungler out of position and managed to take him down just in time. No retreat on their side meant we got the second turtle for free. That was the momentum shift we needed. From there, the team started to believe again. We had more confidence in fights, our map control improved, and the pressure slowly started to shift to them instead of us. But of course, the enemy noticed I was starting to snowball. They didn't like that. So they tried to force a big team fight, hoping to shut me down and end the momentum right there. But we were ready. We had better positioning, better timing, and this time we weren't panicking. The enemy dove in hard, but we turned it around. One by one they fell, and we won the clash big. That fight completely flipped the game in our favor. After that huge team fight win, we secured the Lord. No contest. And here's the surprising part. Our gold laner, who was feeding earlier and barely contributing, suddenly had a change of heart. Maybe they saw the comeback potential, or maybe they just didn't want to lose anymore. Whatever it was, they started taking the game seriously. Better positioning, better timing, and finally they were dealing real damage in fights. At that point, everything started to click. With Lord marching down the lane and our gold laner finally locked in, we started running down the enemy team, tower by tower, lane by lane. They couldn't keep up anymore. Every fight, we were faster. Every rotation, we were sharper. It was like a completely different team from the early game. We destroyed their turrets one by one, suffocating their map control until they were forced to stay inside their base, just trying to survive. But just when we thought we had it in the bag, the enemy made a desperate stand. They knew we had already run them down to just 3 inner turrets, so they went all in, everything they had. In the middle of the clash, I got focused and shut down. Boom! Just like that, I was out of the fight. For a second, it felt like we might throw the whole lead away. Even though I got shut down, we still had the lead in gold, map control, and confidence. So we didn't rush it. Instead, we played. It's smart, poking them from a distance, forcing out key skills in minor skirmishes, and slowly chipping away at their morale. When the next Lord spawned, they didn't even try to contest. It was a free Lord, all ours. At that point, it was just a matter of time. The Lord marched with us, straight down their base lane, and they had no choice but to react. We didn't rush it. We kept poking them little by little, waiting for them to slip, forcing out ultimates, zoning them out of their own jungle. As the Lord crashed into their base, we all focused on pushing the final tower. The enemy team tried to hold on. They threw everything they had left, but it wasn't enough. Victory was finally ours. From Mo, a banned main, to a feeding gold laner, to a full-blown comeback, we turned it around with patience, smart plays, and a little bit of luck.
I guess today is not my day.
Victory!